ortho image based discussion. These are all the possible images for ortho subject that I found, which I would be discussing with you. First image is of ribbon arch appliance. It has horizontally positioned rectangular slots of dimension 22 into 28. This is a Beck's appliance. It's a modification of ribbon arch appliance. It has a round arch wire which is used. However, different arch wires are used to obtain control of root position. Herbst appliance. It uses a pin and a tube apparatus to hold the mandible in advanced position. Pin and the tube are attached to the steel crown and is extended forward from the lower crown, till the lower premolar. It is bounded to the lower premolar. Jasper jumper. It's a fixed functional appliance. It is considered as an effective option for class 2 D1 cases. It's a power scope. This is a power scope. Catline's appliance. The angulation is 45 degrees. Class 1 malocclusion. Mesiobuccal cusp of the maxillary first molar occludes in the buccal groove of the mandibular molar. Implant supported crown. This is an implant supported crown. Here enamel reduction is done. This is done in cases of slight crowding. Here the diamond strip is used. Here the aorta drill is used. This is a modified Haas type RME appliance. It is used for expansion of early mixed dentition cases. As you see, it's a mixed dentition case. This is scissor bite, bilateral scissor bite. I'll discuss about scissor bites. Quadrihelix, because it has 4 helices, 1, 2, 3, 4. It is used for expansion of the maxillary arch in transverse direction. This is a removable acrylic expansion plate. It has a centrally placed expansion screw which is activated once or twice a week, and it produces transverse expansion forces on teeth. Mentolabial fold. It indicates high muscular strain on the mandibular incisors. This is a normal case, and in this case there is increased vertical height of the lower third of the face. Profiles. These yellow markings would guide you. This is a normal profile, straight profile. This is convex, as you see, it's convex like this, and this is concave like this. This patient is suffering from incomplete lip closure because of large overjet. Nasolabial fold. Nasolabial angle is 90 to 110 degrees. Small means it is acute angle. It is acute angle, that is below 90 degrees, and large means above 110 degrees. Here you see infraocclusion of the maxillary and mandibular second molar. Tongue thrust habit is also noted. Transposition of maxillary, premolar and canine is seen in this case. That means the premolar and canine have exchanged their places. So, cross bite and scissor bite. Cross bite, buccal cusps occlude buccal to the buccal cusp of upper teeth, and in scissor bite, buccal cusp of the lower occlude lingual to the lingual cusp of the upper teeth. It's very simple. It starts from buccal cusps, right? Buccal cusp of lower. Buccal cusp of lower would either occlude buccal or lingual. If it occludes buccal to the buccal cusp, it is cross bite. B. Buccal means cross bite. In scissor bite, buccal cusp of the lower occlude lingual to the lingual cusp. Okay. If it occludes buccal, then it would occlude buccal to buccal cusp. If it would occlude lingual, then it would occlude lingual to the lingual cusp of the upper teeth. So, what is this? This is a cross bite. It's because the buccal cusp of the lower occlude buccal to the buccal cusp of the upper teeth. This is a scissor bite. Buccal cusp of the lower occlude lingual to the lingual cusp of upper teeth. So, it is a scissor bite. This is a deep bite case with contact between the edges of mandibular incisors and palatal mucosa behind the maxillary incisors. Deep bite case again. So, this is tipping. This is bodily movement and rotation about the long axis. These are the places where the implants are placed. This is for maxillary arch and this is for the mandibular arch. This is a tooth retainer. It's a tooth retainer. Band and screw. It is used to bring labiolingual tooth movement. It is also used in case of rotation, tooth rotation. Components of an appliance. Active components are the springs, bow, retractor and elastics. Retentive components are various types of clasps and the base plate. This is the base plate. C-clasp. C-clasp is also called circumferential clasp. It engages in the bucco-cervical undercuts. Wide dimension used is 0.7 mm. Jackson clasp. This is a Jackson clasp. It is also called full clasp or U-clasp. Wire used is 0.7 mm. This is the Adams clasp. It has two arrowheads, one bridge and two retentive arms. This is also called universal or modified arrowhead clasp. Modifications of Adams clasp. Adams clasp with single arrowhead, no arrowhead this side. Adams clasp with J-hook. Adams clasp with incorporated helix. Adams clasp with additional arrowhead. Adams clasp with the shouldered buccal tube. Adams clasp with distal extension. Adams clasp on incisors and premolars also. It's there. This is a southern clasp. It is used when retention is required in anterior region. Wire is adapted at cervical margin of both incisors. Triangular clasp. It is engaged in proximal undercuts of adjacent teeth. It is used for retention. Ball end clasp is also used for retention and is engaged in proximal undercuts of adjacent teeth. Arrowhead clasp. Number of arrowheads engaged in interproximal undercuts between the molars and the premolars. These are the premolars and these are the molars. Short labial bow. Short labial bow is up till the canine. This is central incisor, lateral incisor and canine. whereas long labial bow extends till the first premolar. Split labial bow. This sort of split labial bow is used for anterior design, and this is used for midline diastema closure. Midline diastema is also evident in this case. Reverse labial bow. It is used for minor overjet reduction and closure of anterior space. You see the anterior space here? It is used for closure of anterior space. Robert's retractor. It is highly flexible. It is used in severe anterior proclination with overjet more than 4 mm. Mills retractor or extended labial bow. This is called a Mills retractor or extended labial bow. It is used in patient with large overjet. High labial bow with springs. It is used in cases of large overjet. This is a fitted labial bow. Bow wire is adapted on the labial surface of the teeth to conform contour. Wire used is 0.7 mm. It is used as retainer at the end of ortho treatment. Springs. Mostly springs are made of 0.5 mm wire, except for coffin spring which uses 0.7 mm wire. Finger spring. It is used for mesiodistal movement of the teeth. And this loop is opposite to the intended tooth movement. Single cantilever spring. It is used to move the teeth labially. In this picture, the tooth is positioned lingually, so it is used to move the teeth labially. Jet spring. Jet spring is also called double cantilever. This is also used for labial movement of the teeth, and it is used for rotation cases also. T-spring. T-spring is used for buccal movement of premolars and canine. Of course, it has short range of action. Coffin spring. Coffin spring has U or omega shaped wire in the mid-palatine area. It is used for slow dentoalveolar expansion. Wire used is, as said, 0.7 mm wire. Canine retractors. This is a U-loop canine retractor, U-shaped, U-loop canine retractor. This is canine. This is helical canine retractor. This is the canine. Buccal tube canine retractor. And this is the palatal canine retractor. I'll discuss about all the other images in the next video.